lab, we study the transport and mechanisms of transport of mercury. Specifically, what I do is I look at moss plants, using them as a detector to quantify mercury concentrations from a point source.
My major is forensic science. I'm focusing on toxicology, and I do research in a toxicology lab. So that's why we're looking at drugs and what people use more, what they don't use as more, what time of the year they use it more.
My project involves developing a new method to determine time of death, so how long someone's been dead, based on changes in the skin microbiome of cadavers.
Currently, I'm presenting about my breast cancer research. So I work studying how DNMT1 affects BRCA1 expression levels.
Well, my research focuses on a plant protein that is deemed as a ribosome inactivating protein. It's in the family of ricin, but this protein also has antiviral activity against viruses such as HIV or tobacco mosaic virus and herpes simplex virus. So we're trying to use this protein as a therapeutic for HIV.
Wow, it's really great to hear about all the different types of research that people do. Imagine this. There are scientists at this very moment sailing the South Pacific to understand how different climate events might affect ocean currents. There are scientists climbing down into caves to collect the bones of long extinct animals. There are scientists who are sending probes into space to look for electromagnetic signatures of the origins of the universe. So many cool and diverse projects. It's hard to believe that they all fall under the same umbrella of science. The truth is, scientists use different methods to study the world around us. Some, for example, conduct observational studies, meaning they go out to a location where the thing they're studying is, and they observe it in the natural world. This is what Jane Goodall did when she went out and lived with troops of wandering chimpanzees for months on end. Other scientists conduct experiments in a lab or try to create new materials or treatments. This is how many of our modern drugs are discovered. What connects all these different types of science? Well, despite their differences, they're connected by their approach to gathering and analyzing information. All of the scientists involved in these studies collect data in a careful and deliberate way and work to analyze these data as objectively as possible. While they sometimes have a suspicion of what they might find, they try to remain open-minded and let the data drive their understanding of the situation they're studying. Research isn't about trying to prove a point. It's about objectively studying the world around us and trying to better understand how things work. As you watch these videos, pay attention to the different examples of how scientists conduct their research. You'll see a variety of different methods and different questions that are asked. But notice the similarities, how scientists of all kinds approach their work, pay careful attention to details, and are open to letting the story unfold as they collect and analyze their data.